Today we're going to be diving into the top 3 new construction neighborhoods here in Mountain Home, Idaho, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, everything you need to know about them. Let's dive into it. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting off with Thunderbolt Landing. Now this is one of the newest neighborhoods in Mountain Home, closest to Interstate 84. Now before we dive into Interstate 84 and all that fun stuff, where is Mountain Home in comparison to Boise, Idaho, where Boise is going to be about a 40-minute drive from this neighborhood specifically, potentially 35 depending on how fast you drive, but it is going to be, if we were to put a clock on it and look at a map, it's going to be about roughly that 5 o'clock analog stick is going to be where it is in comparison to Boise if we were to put the clock on it. But Mountain Home is just a short drive from the capital. And guys, a lot of people here that live in Mountain Home typically move here because they are military affiliated. Like myself, I was an Air Force veteran. I was stationed at Mountain Home all 6 years of my personal career, and now I get to help people just like you relocating to Mountain Home and some of these beautiful new construction neighborhoods. If you guys are curious about what it looks like to purchase a home or just wanting to come up with a game plan, pause the video, call me, text me, email me. You're going to see my information pop up on the screen now. I am a licensed realtor here in the Mountain Home and Boise area and surrounding areas of those as well. So with that being said, we're talking about Thunderbolt Landing, which, like I mentioned, is closer to Interstate 84. Now Interstate 84 will take you directly to Boise. It is a straight shot from here, but it is also about 20 minutes away from the base. So Mountain Home Air Force Base, like I said, is the biggest reason why this town continues to grow, and they are getting ready to expand the base as well. They have tons of new squadrons, and even other countries are coming to start training at Mountain Home. So as far as the growth of Mountain Home itself, tons of growth coming to it, which also means great news for those of you that are looking at purchasing a home for an investment or to hold to the long term to potentially rent in the future as well. Now these homes here in Thunderbolt Landing are actually built by CBH. So CBH is Cory Barton Homes. That's what CBH stands for. They are the #1 builder in Idaho because they are selling the most houses. As far as production wise, they put up the most on expanding this neighborhood right now. Now as far as this neighborhood, it's been around for about a year now, and I mean, they have quite a bit of homes. If I show you guys a little bit around me, you'll see that there is, I mean, quite a bit of establishment now. Now, when it was originally being built, it was just straight dirt and flat rocks and just not as beautiful of a sight to see now as they continue to expand this neighborhood in all. Now, we've done quite a bit of videos on CBH homes. Now, the biggest thing with CBH that people absolutely love, so this neighborhood specifically, is going to be that it is going to have a really good bang for the buck. Now we're going to be talking about another neighborhood in the future here on this video, as far as why their bang for the buck might be slightly different, but as far as CBH, they do great promotions, and that is what is super attractive to a lot of folks. They feel like they get a lot of square footage in comparison to some of the resale homes, because some of the resale homes may have nicer finishes or a little more unique character and sometimes even more land. So dependent on the lot, you will get a decent sized lot here, but some people just don't like some of the proximity as far as the homes. On the pro side of things, they do love the promotions that I was mentioning earlier. As of right now, what they are including is they just dropped the prices $20,000 to $25,000 on the houses. And now they're also throwing in addition to that, a promo, which will also give you another $20,000 to $30,000 dependent on purchase price, where you guys will be able to use those funds for closing costs, to buy down interest rates. Dependent on if the house has a fence built in or not, you may have to use some of those funds for that. Now here's going to be the downside. Although you can get all this money for the promotions, you may have to use some of it for things like the fence, or if you would like the backyard, instead of them hydro seeding it, you would like them to actually sod it, like the front right here, then you're also going to want to use some funds towards that. Or on the other end, you could also potentially have to use it towards a refrigerator, a washer, a dryer, or even blinds. Those things are not included with the sale of these homes. So those are going to be some things that you could use that promotion money for, or like I said, you could use it towards just covering your closing costs and then the cost of interest rate if you want to buy that down as well. It just really depends on what is most favorable for you and your situation. Now, what I'm going to do for you guys is we're going to actually hop in one of the houses real quick and do a quick walkthrough tour of one of them. Not too long, because we have shown you guys some of the CBH homes, but we'll give you guys a quick overview just so you can kind of see some of the things that I'm talking about. Now, while I am also talking about the subject, something to kind of note about Mountain Home: it is a much smaller town when we're talking about population. You're going to see it doesn't have more than 20,000 people. I believe last I checked, it was around 17,000 to 18,000 people currently living in the town of Mountain Home. And then in addition to that, you also have a limited you have a limit as far as the school district. There's only 10 schools in Mountain Home, to include some preschools, a couple of middle schools and high schools, but you only have one school district. So it's not like you have a ton of options as far as schooling goes. Some people who do have a little more, some people who have more specific needs or want to get a bit more options as far as schooling goes do typically move to the Boise area. If you guys would like more information about that, like I said, just let me know. I'm curious, real quick guys, I'm curious, do you already live here in Mountain Home, or are you guys getting ready to PCS this way or relocate this way? I would love to know. Drop it in the comments where you're headed from. And now let's go pop into the house. All right guys, now this home behind me here is going to be a gorgeous floor plan. This one has a ton of upgrades, so let's not just get too excited. I'm gonna show you guys some of this house because then you can kind of see what it looks like on the higher end, but I'm gonna break down some of the things that you need to know about Cory Barton homes in general, especially here in the Thunderbolt. So first things first, you're going to notice here, I'm gonna flip the camera so you guys can kind of see. You're gonna have a gorgeous covered patio in the front. That is not something that typically comes with the homes. Typically you'll have kind of like a more standard kind of entrance where they don't have this as backed up as it is, but let's go ahead and walk in here. Something else to kind of note real quick, they don't typically throw in fireplaces like this. So this is also something nice that they threw in on this one. So it is gonna be a reason why the price point for this one is a little higher. Now real quick, remember, as I mentioned, they don't typically throw in blinds. So as we're kind of walking around here, you're gonna notice here that this does not have any blinds on the windows or the double doors here. So it's just one of those things that they don't typically do. And it's not a bad thing. It's just one of those things that's kind of a pain in the butt because you got to come out of pocket or use some of your promotion money for that. Now I'm gonna flip the camera back again. Now, something that they did that's really nice here is typically they do laminate counters, but as you guys can tell, this is definitely not laminate. Now, the laminate counters, the biggest pet peeve people typically have with those is that they are cheaper material, right? So naturally, it's easier to chip, it's easier to break. It's really annoying once you do chip it because then it's like an eyesore. So the fact that they did this nice, really higher end countertop rather than the lower end side of things is probably why they also marked up the price a little bit on this one. But let me flip it back so you guys can look at this kitchen. All right, so you're also gonna notice that they did go with like a two-tone here. So you do have this kind of darker wood color here for the actual island, and then they went with like a light gray kind of almost, I would call it like agreeable gray color there. But I mean, as far as counter space goes, you definitely can't beat this one. It has a ton of space. Now this is the 2,710 square feet floor plan, which is actually probably one of their most popular ones and best selling ones. If I had to be honest with you, that's probably the one I've sold the most of here. Now, something I want to mention, a lot of people ask me, hey, do the new construction builders cover your commission? And for people that are purchasing for the first time, they don't know this, but yes, 9 out of over 100 people I have personally helped, when it comes to commission, I have never had a single buyer ever pay me. We've always been paid by the seller in CBH and the other two neighborhoods we're gonna show you guys today as well. They always compensate the realtors, and we always tell you, don't make this mistake. If you work with the new construction agents, their best interest is going to be the interest of the builder, right? They are on salary, they're going to work for them. They're not gonna negotiate as hard as someone like myself, or if you were to hire another agent, we would be going back for you guys more than anyone else would. So with that being said, don't make that mistake, because it could be one of those things where you just don't get the best deal and you don't want to walk away from purchasing a home feeling that way. So please don't make that mistake. Reach out to us, reach out to me personally. And the best thing, guys, we do virtual tours just like this, but at a much more individualized kind of video, so you would be the only one that received it, and we kind of break some things down and make sure you understand that. So regardless, getting back to the tour and getting back to the home, don't make that mistake. Let's keep going through this home. All right, so with this floor plan, as you kind of come here to the left, you're gonna have a nice pantry, which some people like the closet style pantry here, some people don't. Some of their homes also have pantries that are gonna be right in plain sight, where you do have a closet door, or a pantry door I should say, that will just allow you to go through there, and they do really well with size. So you're going to notice, as far as space of the house itself, you're going to have a ton of space. This is like a nice little bedroom that is perfect for in-laws or people that are staying over. You got a nice little closet here. And then here is going to be the garage, and you have a half bath here. And then to the right, you're going to have the laundry room. Now, Not in all floor plans do they have the laundry room downstairs away from the other bedrooms. This is a 2-story house, as you guys saw, but in most homes, this would probably be the downside to this one. But here is the garage. But getting back to what I was saying, in most homes, they typically have the laundry room upstairs with the other bedroom. So this is one of the floor plans that's probably the biggest con, but for the most part, most people are willing to look past it because they just absolutely love what they did with the rest of the home. So this is going to be your dining room area. And then you guys kind of saw your living room area. I don't think I pointed this out, but I've seen some people do a projector screen into this, which is awesome. They've also done like a custom bookcase, which is also really cool, or a custom TV stand. And then here you'll see your backyard. This is not sodded yet, so, or I shouldn't say not sodded. It's not, there's no hydro seed yet. But this is going to be what it looks like pre, construction and fencing and cleanup. So it's just a bunch of dirt. They do lay the rocks, as you can see here, with the home to protect the house from moisture and the fence as well. So that is also going to be a really huge plus. And they will typically clean all this out, so that way you don't have to worry about that when you move in. All right, moving back into it real quick. I feel like I'm on a speed tour. I'm talking so fast to you guys today. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. All right, now this is a huge selling point for a lot of people. This is probably the coolest thing. This loft space is, it's absolutely huge. I don't think the video is gonna do us justice, to be honest with you guys, but tons of space here. First bedroom to the left, which is also really huge with a nice little walk-in closet. Tons of space. Across from it, you'll have another bedroom. And something to kind of note, you'll notice that they have all modern lights and fixtures, so it's just gonna look really clean. Now, here is gonna be another bedroom. And these are all, like with this floor plan, what people really appreciate is all the bedrooms are really big and spacious outside of the one downstairs. Here's your bathroom. Now, these are the laminate counters I was talking about. So you can expect that these extra bathrooms here are going to have the less nicer countertops, but you do notice that it does have the two-tone that it had downstairs. Everything is soft close, which is huge for a lot of people. And then shower-wise, you're going to have your typical vinyl showers there. Now here is your favorite part of the house, at least I think it will be, is a huge master. It is absolutely spacious, tons of room. You could fit a couch, a bed, and all types of fun stuff and just have a really good time and enjoy this. But just wait till you see the closet. This is going to be your bathroom here. Laminate counters, once again, I know it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but for most people, they don't mind it. And then you're going to have this really nice upgraded bathtub. They did a really nice job with this tile here, as you can kind of see. So that is absolutely gorgeous. Nice little hidden toilet there. Your shower, and I know you just got a glimpse of it, so I'm gonna make sure to show that to you guys as well. And then your third living room, AKA your walk-in closet. Now, for reference, I'm gonna flip this camera. I'll show you guys. All right, work with me here. Guys, this closet is absolutely huge. It took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 good steps to just clear the closet. So you guys will absolutely love it. Your partners, your wives, your husbands, you're all gonna have space. You won't be stuck to one corner if you have not enough clothes or not a ton of clothes. You're gonna have ample space. You could probably even turn this into like a little mini gym if you wanted to. So I know just some people might appreciate that, but regardless, this is Thunderbolt Landing. So we're gonna go hop into the next neighborhood. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Let's go to it. Now guys, real quick, before I actually head to the next neighborhood, I wanted to throw something else out there. Now, not only, as far as location, not only is this close to I-84, but you're also going to be super close to Desert Canyon Golf Course, which is very, very popular. It is also the only golf course here in Mountain Home. And as far as grocery stores and entertainment and amenities, this is probably going to be the best that you can get as far as location wise, proximity wise to all those things. We don't have a ton of grocery stores or anything. The grocery stores we do have is going to be Albertsons, Grocery Outlet, and Walmart. So I joke around a lot and I tell people your favorite place is going to be Walmart. It's like the mall of Mountain Home because we just don't have a ton of different things to do here. But for those of you that are just kind of looking to be close to everything, this is probably going to be the best neighborhood location wise. But I just want to throw that in there real quick before I let you guys go, because before I start talking about the next neighborhood and get you guys excited about that one, this one does probably have the best location out of all the neighborhoods that we look at today. Now let's talk about the next neighborhood. Now the next neighborhood we're going to be talking about today, this is Silverstone North. And behind me here, we actually have one of our clients from YouTube that just actually went under contract on this home not too long ago. It is fully complete and ready to go. So we're going to showcase you guys a little bit about this home, or do a walkthrough tour, I should say. And then we're going to cover a little bit about the neighborhood that you guys should know. Now, Hubble Homes is one of the other builders. There's only really two big builders here in Mountain Home, but neighborhood wise, this is a super popular one because it is right next to the other Silverstone here. Now that neighborhood has been established for, goodness, quite a while now. They actually wrapped up construction for that one, I believe, in 2022, 2023, somewhere around there. And then this neighborhood just started not too long ago. But the best thing about this neighborhood is there is actively 19 homes on the market that are active. Now, this is in July, so that may change in the future when you're watching this, depending on when you were watching this. But you get to pick the lot, you get to pick the home floor plan if it does allow for that on the lot. Both the neighborhoods we have shown do have HOAs, but here's the biggest difference between Hubble Homes and CBH. So you're going to notice behind me, you're going to have sod in the front yard, but not just in the front yard, also in the backyard. They do also include all the fencing, and their promotion that they do is $20,000. But here's the caveat to that. You do have to use or try to use their in-house lender to get that promotion. Otherwise, you do not get the promotion if you use a lender from outside. So most people more than likely are going to be pushed. Personally, not a fan of that because I just feel like you should be able to use a lender of your choice or choosing. But regardless, you still get the $20,000. And if you guys reach out to me and you are military, they do also give you guys a $2,500 in addition to that $20,000. And that can be used for interest rate buy downs, closing costs. It can be used towards upgrades or things that you guys want to use, depending on, you know, what that looks like. So if you decide to go with a already built homes such as this one, you're going to be able to walk in and it's already going to be turnkey ready. Or if you decide to go the build route, which is super exciting, that can take anywhere between 6 to 9 months. And what that process looks like is we're going to pick the lot, and there may be a lot premium, there may not be a lot premium. Once you select the lot, you then get to have the decision of which floor plan you would like to put on that lot, if it supports it. And then from there, we would have a build or design studio appointment. Now, in this design studio appointment, what we would do, sorry, I had to make my way inside. It's a little toasty outside. What we would do once we get to the design studio is you're going to be able to pick everything. You're going to be able to pick colors of the walls, the type of flooring, the doors, the door handles. I mean, we're going to get really big in depth as far as, hey, what do you want in this home, right? Do you want a flex room? Or this is going to be one of the upgrades that you can actually have in your laundry room. Do you want to have a sink? Right? And then what kind of counter do you want? Do you want a granite counter? Do you want a quartz counter? Do you want a laminate counter? I mean, there's just so many choices. But that is going to be one of the nicest things about going the Hubble route, is that you do have the ability to make your home your home. So with that being said, it can get expensive and they do have different things. Another caveat to this, earnest money. We didn't talk about earnest money. If you guys aren't familiar, earnest money is going to be the down payment for that. And they do require you to put at least $10,000 down if you don't use their lender, or $5,000 down if you do use their in-house lender. So there is some wiggle room there. We can negotiate those things. There's never anything that we can't negotiate, but that is only if you use the real estate agent that isn't working directly for the builder. So reach out to me if you guys would like to go the new construction route, or just want to make sure that you're negotiated to or represented on the best of your behalf, not the builder's behalf. Now, I'm gonna flip this camera and we're gonna check out this home, but it is absolutely gorgeous. The neighborhood is gorgeous. There's walkways, it's just in a really nice area. So let's check out this home. All right, so walking into this home, you're going to notice the wide hallway, right? Tons of space. You're not gonna be dinging the walls or having to worry about anything like that. Now, this floor plan, they decided there is going to be They went 3 bedrooms with a flex room, which turned into an office. So 3 bedrooms here. This is the first bedroom here, and you can tell super spacious, really nice. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then here is going to be their bathroom. They did upgrade the countertops here. So you do have nice, beautiful, gorgeous counters. And then light fixtures. These are actually, I believe, the standard ones. So they still look really good. Bedroom number 2 is absolutely gorgeous as well. So you got the butterfly effect going on here. Nice little coat closet. I just showed you guys the laundry room, but here is also the mud room. So that's really nice as well. Addition wise, here you will have your big furnace units, and you can really not hear it, which is also really nice. Now here is going to be the kitchen area. They did get the vaulted ceilings. You do have this gorgeous counter. I mean, this countertop is absolutely beautiful. Let me see. Absolutely stunning countertop. They did have a nice backsplash. I mean, they just did a really great job with this. Also, nice gas ranges, which is a huge plus. Nice microwave. Upgraded features such as that. Now, earlier I was talking about the CBH homes. This is kind of what I meant when I was talking about the pantries. That's pretty standard out here. This is actually a lot bigger than the standard size though. So kudos there. And then just additional space. They do also have this gorgeous fireplace here, which is going to be an addition. This is that 4th room I was talking about that they turned into an office. And then the primary bedroom, they did add this nice little trim touch here, which is absolutely gorgeous. I think anything that you add architecturally just makes it stand out. They did also go with the nicer cabinets here, or excuse me, countertops. So they did upgrade these. And then bathtub and shower, and then a nice big spacious walk-in closet. So as far as the house itself, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Tons of just, I mean, little things that just go such a long way, especially when it comes to new construction. Then let's go check out this backyard real quick. So you do automatically have a covered patio with this one. Or actually, excuse me, I believe that is an upgrade. So typically I believe what they're going to do is this right here, where this house over just has a concrete pad, but they did add the covered patio here. And the sod, just like this, and the rocks are included with every single home in this neighborhood, which is a huge plus. And this is that walkway I was kind of talking about. All in all, as far as neighborhoods go, I will definitely say bang for the buck. When Hubble Homes asked me, and they asked me because I've actually brought them tons of customers, and now they asked me, and the reason why they asked me specifically, right, out of all agents, is because I actually have brought them or had the most buyers represented. Goodness, this camera is funky. Well, the reason why, so Hubble Homes actually reached out to me and they asked me, what do you think is going to be the most important thing for buyers in the area? And honestly, my feedback was, hey, they just want affordable homes. Like, you guys do a really good job as far as throwing in the builder stuff. And if they want to upgrade, they will upgrade, or they will go the build route. But for most people, they just want something affordable, right? Interest rates are higher and you as buyers are getting hit. And I feel like there should be a level of affordability there. So if they could lower prices and, you know, maybe not as nice of a house, but you get everything that you would like in a house as far as essentials. And, you know, with this, they do include granite counters in all their houses, which is super nice. So you do get some nicer finishes anyways. So why not give them more affordable housing? And with that being said, they did that, and they've gotten a pretty good result from that. So if you end up going with a Hubble home because it's more affordable, you're welcome. All jokes aside though, that genuinely did happen. And it's really cool to be able to weigh in and just help, you know, try to help you guys as buyers, because I know interest rates suck right now, right? They're not what they were a couple years ago during COVID, but here we are now. And with that being said, I am the top agent, not just for Hubble Homes, but also for CBH as well, as far as representing the buyers. And as much as they hate that I negotiate the crap out of them, they also love the fact that we are able to help you guys and get you guys a beautiful home secured. So this is the Silverstone North neighborhood, and now we are going to the next one, which I think you guys are also going to absolutely love. So let's do it. All right, I'm back again. Now, one more thing, I keep doing this, I know. I want to mention pricing as far as the housing goes here in this Silverstone North subdivision. Let's talk about that, as well as the location. So as far as price right now, you're going to see, and I'm just pulling up my data here, the cheapest home in this neighborhood right now is listed at $344,000, and that is a 3-bed, 2-bath with 1,466 square feet. So that's actually a hell of a deal on the new construction side, which is great news for you guys. Now, on the more expensive side of things, or the most expensive, you're going to have it listed at $465,990. Now, this house is going to be to build, so they don't have necessarily anything established or, you know, solidified, so the price could get higher, but that one is going to be a 4-bedroom house with 4 bathrooms and 3,064 square feet. So you will be able to come in and design that house the way you want, because it is a to-be built. So that's going to be a really nice option for those of you that are maybe looking for a lot more space. Maybe you have a few more kids, or maybe you just want the additional space in general. But tons and tons of potential here. Now, location wise, right, what is this next to? Why are people moving to this neighborhood? Well, like I said, this is located next to one of the best neighborhoods as far as resale homes go, which is Silverstone. So I believe, truthfully, this is also going to be one of the top neighborhoods here as well. Location wise, from the base, you're looking at about a 15-minute drive. Now, to the interstate, it's going to be about a 8-minute drive. Walmart, all those places are about relatively the same minutes away. So location wise, a lot closer to the base for those of you guys that's important to. The people that are not necessarily worried about that, then either neighborhood is going to be fine for you guys. So you would be good with either the last neighborhood or this neighborhood as well. But for the most part, this neighborhood is just absolutely gorgeous, and I think they're doing a really great job as far as what they're building and what they're doing with Hubble Homes. So these are going to be the top 2 builders in general in Mountain Home, but we're going to go take a look at one more neighborhood now. And if you guys have questions about this neighborhood specifically, just let me know, and we can kind of talk about that. All right, now let's actually go check out the next neighborhood. Now, this is the 3rd most popular new construction neighborhood right now in Mountain Home. This is Blue Yonder. Now, this is also built by CBH. Now, as you guys can see, they are very similar in style, in design, and floor plans as far as the other neighborhood that we looked at, which was Thunderbolt Landing. Thunderbolt Landing. But price point here is actually going to be a little bit less than Thunderbolt Lightning. God, I did it again. Thunderbolt Landing. Jesus. We're going to get it. It's about the end of the day. It's that time. Thunderbolt Landing is going to be more expensive than this neighborhood simply due to the location. As I said, it is a better location overall. But you are going to notice this one is also right across the street, location-wise, if we were to look at the map, right across the street from Silverstone, right about 5 minutes to 7 minutes away from, you know, some of the Albertsons and all the other places that we were talking about grocery store wise. And then proximity to base is going to be relatively the same. There's actually a path right behind my big head right here that you can take that will shoot you straight towards Airbase Road, which Airbase Road does take you straight to the base. It's pretty much a straight shot from there. And those are the roads that are also pretty clean as far as during the winter season when it's just pouring down snow and all that fun stuff. So with that being said, this neighborhood's price point is starting at $327,000, so $327,000 with the same incentives. Now, it will be a little lower promotion wise because it is a lower price point, but you do have relatively probably the most homes available in this neighborhood right now. They're just not moving as fast as the other 2 neighborhoods. The Hubble Homes neighborhood is doing really well, and then as well as the Thunderbolt Landing neighborhood is also doing really well as well. So these are going to be your top 3. I'm not going to be able to get you guys full footage of the current neighborhood status, but we do have some old ones that we'll be able to show you guys. But homes are literally the exact same, so we're not going to walk through this one as well. But this is going to be your 3rd neighborhood that people really love, and they are expanding this one, as you can see. This whole row, by the way, I just want to mention, is all available for sale right now. So they're definitely trying to move this inventory. They're probably going to continue to drop prices on these if they don't move quick enough, or they're going to increase the promo amount. So could potentially be something. I know that they also have their winter savings event coming up as well. Typically around the winter time, CBH and all the new construction companies have some of their best promos, which is also a great thing, but they do have relatively really good ones as well right now. So with that being said, guys, those were the top 3 neighborhoods here in Mountain Home. Once again, I am a licensed realtor here in the Mountain Home and surrounding areas. If you guys would like a copy of our relocation guide, we have that available for you guys in the video description if you click that link below. Also, do me a huge favor, leave a like on the video, and if you press the button at the top of the screen and subscribe, you'll get notified when we make more amazing videos just like this. But with that being said, I'm gonna get you guys back to your day, and I'm gonna get back to mine. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.